cramp in my knee. Heard it during basketball when I was 16. Thought it was nothing. Now I'm 30 and I'm paying for it. So yeah, with no insurance. But
that's rough. That's rough. We're getting old, man.
We are, man. We're getting up there, man.
I feel old.
Yeah,
especially right now. We got Wildz on.
Yeah.
This the savant, the king of Kentucky, the newly minted. He's just been controlling that reign right now. Going to be taking on Sage, Columbus's own Min.
That's
I bet they're pretty happy for their boy.
I would have to say so myself. He just beat Paulo Kage, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yep. Yes, he did. 3-1. 3-1. So not everybody can say that they did that, right?
No, especially not these days. Funnily enough, you know, I'm rooming with Paulo Kage, but funnily enough, because I don't traditionally hear a lot of top players like, you know, show concern about their bracket. They usually attack it head on.
Right.
But Paulo Kage was like, man, my bracket this weekend is kind of tough. I said, well, what do you mean? There's not very many top players here. He said, well, no, I'm in Ohio. There's a lot of good players here. And also, you know, just the character matchups. You know, I had, I think he said he had Min, and then he had a couple other characters that Snake kind of struggles against too. Like
there's Game & Watch.
Game & Watch as well too. So I said, oh, I said, hey man, this is Ohio. This is the Midwest, baby. We're gonna make you work for your kills here. Welcome, my brother.
It's usually the world of zoners, but there's been a lot of Bayonettas. There's been a lot of Kazuyas even. I've been seeing that a lot.
That's right. That's right. Kazuya is here, and he is not going anywhere anytime soon. So let's go ahead and get right into it, man. Sage versus Wildz. We will see who's going to bring it to the table first, and it seems like it is Kazuya Mishima. I love that. Just breaking that zone early on and kind of setting that tone. Like, yes, you got the reach on me, but once I get in, you in some trouble.
Yeah, it's Fighters Pass 2. This is where we're at now in the meta. And you can kind of see how Wildz is just playing around, gauging how Sage is going to react to his approach options. Kind of put himself in the corner already.
Yeah, that's right. Really struggling right now here. This is kind of where things start to kind of trail out of control here for Sage. I think Min, very tough character to work around, especially if you're like with the fighting game characters. I think the one tricky part here is that Kazuya, of course, is intangible on some of his inputs. So depending on how he moves all about the stage will determine if he can get in and stand on Min. I know Terry has an okay time too at crack shoot since the legs are disjointed, but Kazuya by far of all the four has the best time.
Yeah, and he's just really controlling space currently. You can see Sage having to back himself up into the corner, playing a lot from the back foot.
Okay.
And yeah, he's just not able to get in, unfortunately. Just no space for him, and Wildz finds himself pushing Sage further and further into the corner.
That's right, yeah. The corner control has just been through the roof here at the moment. This is exactly what you want to see right here. Min, though, no slouch up close and personal. I don't want anybody that's tuning in to get that twisted. You know, she does have Nair. She has down smash. She has up smash out of shield. She has some relatively okay options given her character design, but I still think when it's all said and done, it kind of pales in comparison to what Mr. Mishima is bringing to the table. And what he's bringing to the table ain't nothing nice.
Yeah, she just really has a problem getting back on the stage once she's put off. There's not too much you can do, especially when you have like that little bit of a kick from Kazuya here. But finally, the first stock has been taken by Sage. See a little bit of life, but consistently been on the back foot going into this match.
Yeah, this is not where Min wants to be by any stretch of the imagination. She's one of those characters where I'm not saying she can't go back and forth, but it's much more beneficial for all fighting game characters, especially characters like Min. And yes, I'm calling Arms a fighting game. Fight me. All right, for characters like her to get that lead and to control it for the most part. Now, as we can see right here, good utilization of her arm toolkit. She's back into even footing. We'll see for how much. Oh, goodness gracious. I know you're from Arms, but here's the elbow.
No, not what you want to be seeing here with Sage when you're on your last life. Wildz going to be rolling right past both of those arms, and Sage has to keep him back further and further and find himself back off stage.
Yeah, the big boot without the boots right there. So that was just all foot action. Great stuff right there. Of course, this is what you're supposed to do with Mr. Mishima. Of course, not blessed in the long game, does have laser, and I guess because he can move intangible, he's not really an attack, but he's kind of just invincibling his way through things. Fact of the matter is this, though. You know, again, once you break that zone on Min, it's just going to be such a tough time for the other side, and yeah, that was just a really great game, number one.
Yeah, Wildz has been putting Sage into these scramble situations, and Sage has not been able to get him off. That's been the huge issue here. Hoping to see some adjustment going into PS2.
That's right. Let's see how this all unfolds. I'm with you, man, on that one. I'd like to see some adjustments, too. I think, you know, again, we're in that best-of-5 territory, too. This is a portion of bracket that not very many players get to reach. So the fact that both of these two made it certainly shows that they were bringing something scary to the table. Good Lord. Okay, yes.
It's so guttural. Every single time he gets a grab onto you, it just feels so personal.
Yeah, and Min, you know, she has some tools to stop him from getting in and grabbing. He She does have a pretty okay jab. She has a frame 5 jab, so that's not entirely terrible. Quicker than most, slower than some. You know, she can certainly keep him out, but again, if he's intangible, then it's all just going to be thrown to the, you know, the wayside, unfortunately.
Yeah, and Wildz, the Devil of Kentucky, can kind of just sit underneath the platforms. There's not a whole bunch that Sage can do to contest him.
Yeah.
And Sage just kind of forced, just jumping back and forth and trying to find an opening. A little bit of damage here, and finally Wildz has put a bit from center stage, but Sage is still just going to have to fight from the corner.
That's right. Okay, off stage. This is not where Kazuya wants to be at all. And I do forget at times, like, kind of the scramble game that Mimic can bring to the table. Pretty quick on foot, has the ability that if you don't land properly, she can kind of, you know, harass a little bit. She does have up air. She can do grounded up B if she's on stage. The up B changes. But also just the sheer nature of spacing. You think just because you air dodge away on your way back down to the ground, you're safe. That Ram arm, obviously a bit quicker than the other two, can certainly get there in time and keep resetting you.
Yeah, that's very true. Wild's going to be sitting at 145 right now. He's very comfortable with the Rage. He knows that it's going to take a little bit more than that for Sage to get the kill here. Oh, that was a potential for a grab. Sage glad to be out of that situation for sure, and he's going to be shoring up this first stock here.
That's right. Keeping this one a bit more even. I think, you know, that game number 1, you kind of allow Wildz to really just steamroll his way in, and honestly, it happens. I mean, you have a game plan in hand versus all the other characters in the game, but a character that starts off the match aggressive and intangible is going to throw you for a loop no matter how, you know, professionally sound you are. Okay, slides right in right now.
Yeah, I do like this game, though. The adjustment that Sage has been making has been just slowing it down.
That's right. That's right.
So even though Wildz is going to be getting in and taking a stock there, he's not doing it as quickly as he was before.
Yeah, slowing this match down, I feel like it's very beneficial to both players, but especially Sage. I think, again, just slowly but surely kind of chiseling away at Kazuya is kind of how you beat him. You're not going to beat him in that heads up. Even if you out-framed out of him, if you out a lot of things, he still has the toolkit needed to win most boxing matches. However, it's not a boxing match if you're off stage. Only a boxing match if our feet are on center stage. So great stuff right here from Sage. One stock apiece, looking to even this thing up, and given the momentum shift, if there even is such a thing with Min, looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, and Sage is very hungry to add another feather into his cap. Already, like we touched on before, already has the Apollo Kage win. Wants to just add the number 1 from Kentucky to that as well. To be putting Wildz off stage yet again. But Wildz hasn't been having too much of an issue with these lower percents coming back on the stage here, Rod.
No, absolutely not, which is very strange to say. Okay, nice. Ram in full effect right now. Ram arm again a little bit faster, especially that Nair. We usually see Ram Nair as things kind of kick off. Oh, my goodness. Ain't enough training in the world in arms to prepare for what Mr. Mishima's bringing to the table. As slowly but surely close this gap. Back air is criminal. That move should be against the law.
It was just 3 hits, too.
Oh!
And, wow, Wildz is just going to be slamming back into a 2-0 lead over Sage. What do you think Sage has to do differently?
I mean, that is such a loaded question. Not a bad question,
right,
because there's a lot of things, but it just feels like Kazuya, it's just Kazuya, man. I hate to even, like, give some blanket statement commentary like that, but, you know, where Min is supposed to thrive is, like, playing the long-range game. I have the arms. I can put you at bay. You know, I can really get you somewhere and keep you there. I mean, we see it in her trailer. That's how she's supposed to be. But Kazuya, bro, he's like, I don't give a damn about none of that, bro. I'm intangible. What are you going to do?
Not too much so far. And already, right off the bat, Wildz on the chase for Sage, trying to just run away as much as he can. I do like the down tilts, though. Putting Wildz a bit onto the back foot, and then just grab coming straight through, and suddenly your percentage lead just disappears in the blink of an eye.
That's right. Once upon a time, there was a lead, but unfortunately, it was stolen by a Wildz, and rightfully so. I mean, playing this one a little bit more grounded this time. I think there was points of time in the last match where Sage felt very comfortable, very, you know, very momentum happy. Like I said before, if there even is such a thing with Min, there is certainly such a thing with Kazuya, and of course, getting the electric into death. That's going to certainly get the job done right there. I'd like to see, again, more Ram Nair use a little bit more, bit quicker than the other two. I think the other two arms are about frame 10, that Ram arm about frame 8, so all those frames really matter versus this guy.
Yeah, because this stuff is super quick, too, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
I do like the comparison between the 2-player camps right now. Sage is really into it, fighting for his life, and Wildz is like, it's another day.
That's another day in the office, man. No doubt. Yeah, he kind of has like the gamer lean right now. You know, the gamer lean is some intense stuff. Like once I lean in that seat, it's no longer friendly.
Ooh, wow, what was that?
Wow, that is yeah.
Just that was like the entire 4-lane highway to be able to get that grab going.
Yeah, seriously, man. Oh my goodness, we will take it. we will certainly take that there. Again, Miniman Nair, still the stuff of nightmares, if I may say so myself. No intangibility needed, just was able to get in the right place at the right time. Run off. Oh, my goodness.
Wildz is just ready. Every single option that Sage picks, Wildz has an answer to it. And Sage, again, we're seeing this deficit. 2 stocks to 1. He's got to make some sort of change. And I think this aggressive play that he's doing, where he's trying to predict where Wildz is going to be rolling in and snuffing out his approach options, has been doing him some wonders.
Yeah, 100%, man. I mean, again, just kind of utilizing every portion of Kazuya's toolkit, too. I mean, of course, the party starter, and I guess Ender in a lot of ways, of course, is the Electric Wing God Fist. But Sage, of course, bringing everything to the table and then some as well, too. Getting that Dragon Breath off stage, a move that Kazuya, given the right position that Sage can put him in, is really going to struggle to deal with. Nice. Going to go for the flash punch. No 10-hit combo needed right there. Falling upward, that's frame forward. One of Kazuya's quicker options. Ooh.
Oh, this is a scary situation. It's going to be the downer to close it out, though.
Damn.
Quick 3-0 to start it off.
Well, I can't say it didn't come without a fight, though. I got to give it to Sage. I mean,